Hi, I'm Shannon Thrasher, and this is 30-Second Tactics. Today, I'm going to do a review of this new little pistol, Smith & Wesson Shield EZ 9mm. Full disclosure, Smith & Wesson didn't send me this. I bought this gun for my wife. Spoiler alert, she likes it. So, we've had it out, and she's trained with it and stuff, but I shoved it all back in the box just to show you what you're going to get. Begin at the beginning. Of course, Smith & Wesson's high-speed cardboard box. Instruction manual, read it, guys. So, kind of bare bones. You know, you're getting a gun. You move on from there. You get the gun itself, which we'll talk about in detail in a minute, and 2 magazines. They're both 8 rounds, so 8 1 capacity. A few details real quick about it. It's a single stack, obviously. 8 and 1. It looks like a striker fired gun, but it's actually an internal hammer, if that makes a difference to you. This one has no thumb safety, but it's also available with the thumb safety. It's the same price either way. Price wise, MSRP is $479. I'm not going to talk about what you might pay, because it just depends where you are and when you are. But like I said, MSRP on it's $479 at the time I made this video. Like I said, you can get it with or without the thumb safety. But it does have a grip safety. Seemed to work just fine. If that's your thing, it's I don't want to say it's. Some people have said this gun's made for women, and I disagree. It does have some advantages to people with smaller or weaker hands, but that doesn't necessarily mean a woman. I'm sure you all know some women with stronger hands than you, and you all know some guys, or maybe some elderly people or something, for whatever reason, or just some big tough guy that doesn't like pulling back a hard slide when he can pull back an easy slide. So real quick on the details, it's 6.8 inches long, it's 1.47 inches wide, it's 4.7 inches tall, and empty it weighs 23.2 ounces. Well, what does all that mean? There's just a bunch of numbers if you got nothing to compare it to. So again, and not to point it at myself here, but it's a pretty thin gun when you're talking about concealed carry. It's not a tiny gun, I got a big hand. Comparison, Glock 19, it's smaller, but not by a whole lot. It's pretty much, going to be the same size as a 19, but it holds less bullets, so that's something to consider. But it is thinner. That's going to be, that's where you get your main advantage there. So, what makes this gun different from the others and why it's called the EZ is the slide pull is just softer, easier to pull back than the average gun of the same size and stuff. Now, I don't know the exact weight or the exact reduction, but if you've messed with enough guns like I have, you can tell just from pulling it back. It's like, it almost feels like a 22 slide. It's just not as hard at all to pull back. And then the magazines are also easier to load. They have these little tabs on each side. And what you can do is just, and I'm doing it up off the table so the camera can see, but just set it on the table, and you push these tabs down both sides. And then instead of, and these are just snap caps, but instead of fighting with the ammo, you just literally just drop it in. Pull them out of the way. So that makes magazine loading and unloading, for that matter, much easier. And the slide pulls back much easier. It does have a loaded chamber indicator. Again, we'll use this snap cap. And I think you can see visually, or in the dark, you can feel that you have a loaded chamber. So that's a nice feature on a gun that might be used as a home defense or concealed carry, something, somebody who's not necessarily a gun person, who's not going to spend a lot of time with it, just to make sure, that's the condition I left it in. It does have adjustable rear sight for windage. It's a little unique in that you actually access the screw for the rear sight, the set screw, from underneath the slide. If you look at the top, it looks like it's not adjustable because there's no screw hole or Allen wrench hole. But it does come with a little Allen wrench in here somewhere to do that. So if you need to adjust your rear sight for windage. And of course, it comes with your Bill Clinton pistol lock and everything else. Field stripping is real simple. I'm not going to bore you guys with it. It's an instruction manual. It's the same as all the other M&Ps. Basically, you lock it back, turn the thing, comes apart. Like almost every modern semi-auto right now, you're going to break it down to the slide, the frame, the barrel, and the guide rod spring assembly. So we'll take it out, shoot it a little bit, and see what we think. So first is 5 rounds offhand at 25 yards. So not the greatest group in the world, a little left and a little low. I'm sure that's me because it's the first rounds I've fired out of that gun. But grouping wise, not bad. At 25 yards offhand, certainly within the standards for what we'd call a pocket pistol, a self-defense pistol. So next, let's shoot it at about 10 yards and see how that improves. At a much more realistic self-defense distance of 10 yards, the group really tightened up. Still a little bit to the left, but if that turns out not to be me, you can always drift that rear sight for windage. All right, now we're going to get about 5 yards and do some rapid fire. Again, more realistic for a self-defense roll. So some of those holes are from the last shooting, but those 5 rounds I fired, dead on. Rapid fire, real realistic shooting from distance and speed for a self-defense encounter. So I think it'll do the job. Well, there you have it, guys. I would say that's a positive review. I like this gun. My wife likes it. I think you'll like it. If you like this video, I'd really appreciate it. If you'd like on the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. All those things really help out. Feel free to comment on anything, but specifically, if you have any questions, go right ahead and put them in the comment section. If you have any ideas or desires for future topics and videos, just let me know. All right, thanks, guys. Be safe.